Hi student, good day. Today we are starting with the chapter 17, Kaplan study text, strategic business leader. We starting with the chapter 17 till the end of this book. We complete upcoming 5, 6 chapters, so which will finish our this study text. Along with this one, student, you will get a pass card, flash slides also during this lecture. I will show you from chapter 17 till chapter till the last chapter. So you will have a pass card as well. Just I show you the snapshot. So like this as pass card from Kaplan, you will get for your review, which will help you to study and have a note on for your study tips. So you keep reviewing. So I will try to give you the whole snapshot, whole pass card book during this session. So especially 17 chapter, which we are doing starting now. So you will have 17 till the end of book, and then at the end of this lecture you will have a full pass card once again, so you can review whenever you free of your time. Let's start with our study text. Yes, so this is our chapter today, 17, starting with the professionalism, ethical code, and the public interest. So how this work? So this is all a conclusion now, in concluding all these areas which is we have studied. Now you become a professional, and your professional ethical codes are also is required, are important by ACCA. They want to, you should aware about all these ethical codes, and you critically evaluate the concept of responsible leadership and creation of public value in public interest, assess management behavior, so analyze the reason and resolve conflict, interest, and ethical conflict in the organization, assess the nature and impact of different ethical threats, so recommend best practices for reducing and embedding fraud. So whatever bribery issues are there, corruption, all these points you have to take care into consideration. How you mitigate them, how you prevent them from its occurrence. So professional corporate ethics under professional versus professionalism, public interest, and the accountant role and influence. This is the one where you stand and where you have to contribute yourself. And the professional for corporate ethics is there, corporate codes are there. Every corporate also have their code of conduct, their performance, HR policy, company policy are they at the time of new joiners, so they get signed by corporate codes by the employees, so they have to sign it and they have to confirm them, acknowledge them, so they will follow their instruction and according to their guidelines, and whatever code they have designed are drafted, so they will follow them. Then professional code of ethics, we will see ACCA code, conflicts and interest and threats. We will see safeguard, how we are safeguarding all these codes. Professional versus professionalism. Profession is a body of a theory and knowledge which is used to support the public interests, like your ACCA, and professionalism, taking action to support the public interest. This is when you become a professional, you got a professions degree, you become a professional, and professionalism, you follow all those their code of conducts. You will not bypass or supersede any uh, activities. Under profession, body of theory and skills, adherence to common code, and acceptance of duty to society. So now the characteristics and ability to accounting professions. Body of theory, technical skills such as auditing and accounting, like you have finished like F8, you have finished F7, SBR. So this is SBL you are pursuing. So this is all are a part of your, you are completing it, having a technical skill, acquire a, education, like a 3 years training. Experience is also required. Examination to pass all the examination, maintain and continue professional education you have to do after becoming a member. Adherence to common code of conducts like ACCA code of conduct. Acceptance of the duty as a society. In return, member is granted qualification and the usage of title as a ACCA. Then you will become. After that, you can write a ACCA with your name. The professionalism, members are seen to be acting professionally or literally having a professionalism. This is all professionalism definition. Their behavior will mean comply with the ethical standards. Accounting profession over time, reactive approach. So how they will give a reactive approach on the consequences. If there is a negative consequences, they will the proactive approach. How the proactive approach is there. Public interest. So like the clients, credit providers, government, this is all stakeholder. So the accounting professional public includes these type of all bodies are involved in this. Their benefits are their requirements. Everyone linked with each other. What is a public interest? A public interest can be defined in which support the goods of society as a whole. So they contribute to each other. So they, to get the benefit from their services, their help, their support, coordination. Go through this theory bit, defining public interest. Public interest and human rights will clash where public interest and companies. Accountants and public interest. Accountants do not generally act against the public interest. Test your understanding. Then again, they're giving you examples, case studies, responsible leadership, accountant role and influence, accountancy, influence in society, action in public interest, influence on organization, provision of services, influence on distribution of power and wealth, use of specialist skill like due diligence, influence on organization, limitation on influence, size of accountancy firm, how big company will be involved auditing services. Large firm can be arranged to be in the public interest because a larger firm gains economies of scale. The competition, the big four auditing firm are competitive with which could imply cutting cost in attempting to increase market share. Influence in society, like a CSR, critical, this is social responsibility. Corporate code of ethics. This is important. Ethical values to the business. It encompasses many areas ranging from broad strategies to how companies negotiate with their suppliers. It goes beyond legal requirements. Many companies provide detail for their ethical approach. Corporate code of ethics, like purpose, value, business, customer relations, shareholders, implementation, society, suppliers, and employee, they have all interaction with each other. So this is area now they have explained in further detail for your reading bit. These are corporate and professional codes, benefit of code, and then drawback of code. The presence of code may be assist in resolving their ethical dilemma. So provide a framework. The benefit under benefit, the framework is there. They have a guidelines. They have all uh, ethical disputes how they resolve. Provide the boundaries, and it is a code only. Therefore, may not fit the policy precise ethical issue. This is the a drawback. As a code, it can be interpreted in different ways. Two different conflict may happen. Punishment for breaching the code may either be unclear or ineffective. Everything has its benefits and drawbacks. Effectiveness of corporate code and professional code. Just read it. Professional code of ethics, the content and principle. So what is meant by content? Is a more professional code of ACCA was revised in and reissued in 2006. Content of professional code of ethics, introduction, fundamental principle, conceptual framework, detailed application. We already have gone through these areas. Under principle, there is integrity, objectivity, professional competence, due care, confidentiality, and professional behavior. These are the fundamental codes. This is again a repetition for your earlier studies: integrity, objectivity, competence, confidentiality, professional behavior. You have to expert in this. Fundamental ethical principle. Again, it is explained in detailed version. Conflict of interest and ethical threats, professional code of ethics, conflict of interest, self-interest, self-review, advocacy, familiarity, and intimidation, safeguard is a profession, work environment, individual, and the conflict resolution, obtain all necessary information, consider course of action. This is a way how this is happen, how it is a safeguard, how it is resolved. Everything is clear. The understand there, all these conflicts will be vanished. Conflict of interest and their resolution is explained in the conceptual framework. Just read. Student, please be fast now, and we are conclusion stage. We will finish this book. I hope for the day we will complete. Then we start our revision sessions and our question answers, and we have all many things to do more. Conflict of interest, again they discuss in paragraph. Threat to independence, financial interest, client company, financial interest in assurance client, intimidation threat, conception framework and safeguards for profession. This is a professional safeguard is the continuing education is a must for refresh their knowledge, their bylaws, so their understanding. If any update on IFRS, IAS, they will cover in ICPD, work environment, individual. Ethical threats and safeguard. Ethical threat is a situation where a person is in the corporation tempted not to follow their code of ethics. An ethical safeguard provide a guidance course of action. Ethical threat safeguards and professional accountant must always aware in the fundamental principle may be compromised and therefore look for method of mitigating each threat. So mitigation is one of the most important part, students, for you as a professional accountant and qualified accountant. So you have to make a solution. Always, every problem has a solution. So you have to start thinking in this way, with the solution, with the possibility, with the outcome. If a problem is there, how you will resolve that problem. Sufficient expertise, confidential information, ethical threats, preparation and reporting on information. This all will be there. After this slide, we will go back to the pass card. You will have a flashcard view as well after as soon yes, now we'll go back to the flashcard. Yeah. This is a flashcard. So these all activities you will get in the flashcard for your review and for you can have a screenshot and which will helpful for you in your revision. Chapter 18 we will also do. Today we have to finish this book. Student, you just keep it note and in all the flashcards you will have these and we will help you to to pass this time. Definitely you can pass. This is a easy bit. So many techniques, tips are there which we will discuss in revision and e-marketing. Just a touch base to these small chapters. Project management. In this chapter, project life cycle, business case document, project plan, project intuition, financial decision making. Financial decision making is also option for raising equity. Option for this is all is your F9 learnings, break-even analysis, cost accounting, marginal decision making, investment appraisal, budgeting, variance analysis. All the best, students. So you will have a good opportunity to update your knowledge. Break-even analysis, marginal decision, investment appraisals. managing strategic change, types of change, evolution, adoption, reconstruction, revolution, how the revolution is happening, the transformal change. We'll discuss influence of culture, how the culture is influence, advantage, change in the system, change in preparing the change, method of overcoming a resistance. So that's it. Your flashcard is over. Let's go back to the study text. Principle-based approach, again, same issues are there. For principle-based approach, disadvantages are there. Ethical conflict resolution, gather all relevant information, establish ethical issues, refer to relevant fundamental investigation, consult with appropriate person, obtain advice from professional institute. If the matter is still unresolved, consider withdrawing from the engagement. Ethical conflict is also very important to resolve. Ethical conflict, this is a flow chart. Ethical conflict resolution, obtain relevant fact, ethical issue, obtain, find out the problem, where is, establish an internal procedure, then apply these rules, decide course of action, material remain, matter retain, remain unconsidered. Oh, this is all are there for the flow chart. If you remember this flow chart, when in the question paper, exam question, if some ethical conflict will come in the scenario, so you have to, this is your book knowledge, you have to apply it, then explain it according to the scenario problem. So this is the way how marker you will gain maximum mark. If you just discuss this area only, don't link it with the scenario problem. Scenario mean question paper, the big problem area which they are asking you. You have to link it with these points, so you will gain full marks. Full marks mean if it is at 10 marks or 12 marks, you may your presentation, way of report, an introduction, their body matters. So conclusion, to, from, subject, date, this all these matters when you highlight, so you are you will achieve professional marks, maintenance marks, your presentation marks, everything will be there. Corruption and bribery, this is a very favorite topic in here and there. We have to understand. Facilitation payment, easy payment for to help out to buying votes, illicit payment, misappropriation. Why corruption is wrong? Of course, it is wrong. According to our religion, it is haram. Why corruption is wrong? Legal risk is there because it creates illegal activities. Reputational risk is there. Financial cost is there. Pressure to repeat offend. Blackmailing is there. Impact on staff. Just read, keep remembering these key points. If it's some problem happen, the scenario, you have to link it with this learnings. Evaluating anti-bribery, due diligence, monitoring and review. Example of A, B, and C measures. Student, you can pause it and then you can review these slides, because these are, I'm committed to give you a presentation in form of book. This is the reason I am not skipping this area. Maybe some one want a book, they can have a detailed reading. They can complete, they can review the chapter, full chapter. But in our revision session, we will see only specific question and answers to the specific one. You will get a question paper and answer also in our revision sittings. ethical decision making, ethical knowledge, sensitivity, judgment, and behavior. This is IAESB ethics framework. Ethical behavior. This is also important. Rewards, authority, bureaucracy, work role, nature, culture. This is all for the chapter professional and corporate ethics. Their safeguard, their accounting role, the conflict. Once you just or make a habit for to always review the chapter ending and their highlights, and then it will help you to memorize this all every point which we discuss in this chapter. Let's move on the chapter 18 now. Organizing for success, structure and process. How it is happening. So in this chapter, we will see organization structure and internal relationship can be reorganized and deliver a selected strategy. Advice on implication of collaborative co-working and partnering, such as franchising, organizational process, outsourcing, share-based services, and global services. Evaluate effectiveness of current organization. Establish appropriate scope of focus on organization process change. Harmons process strategy metrics. Assess and advise possible redesign. Assess feasibility, possible redesign option. Recommend an organization process redesign methodology. This is structure and process. The structure, boundaryless, harmonious matrix, and process redesign. Factor affecting the organization structure. So this is influence that have appearing the organization structure and design, strategic objective, nature of environment, diversity, future strategies, technology, and people. Organization structure now, simple structure, machine bureaucracy for professional bureaucracy, divisionalized. Under this strategy, please go through these points and have a note and just move on with the other points. This is now again explaining the building blocks and coordinating mechanism. Minsberg argued that organization structure existed to coordinate the activities of different individual and work processes which that nature of coordination change with the increasing size of an organization. He suggests that the six main types of structure with the configuration based on the following building blocks: strategy, higher level of management. This is of course it is happening a strategy at higher level. And then technostructure, provide the technical input is not part of the core activities. So operating core, member are involved in producing goods and services. Middle line, lower management and support staff is a production team. And then ideologies, beliefs and values. Organization structure, now how this is involve all these simple structure: machine bureaucracy, professional bureaucracy, divisionalized form. These all are machinery structure to strategy. So like using the ends of matrix. So market penetration, simple. If the suitable organization is simple, there are the too many decisions to take, and little specialization is required in the early stage. This is the way. Market to product development, bureaucratic. So diversification in stable market is a divisional. Professional skill is there for this multinational and global structure. So how this is global coordination is there, local independence and responsiveness, international subsidiaries, national corporation, global and international divisions. International divisions, how they perform international divisions, and how international subsidiaries perform as geographical based and operate independently by country. Global product companies. So how this is global product companies are performing. Transnational corporation, and the transnational corporation metric structure of the company. Potential problem with the transnational corporation: manager must be able to willing to work hard to simultaneously improve their specific focus region, product, function, as well as looking at the global picture as well. So they were just a local growth, and then as a country where they are based, and the global wise they have to work. Boundaryless organization structure, traditional structure are often seen in the bureaucratic and slow to react to change. Vertical boundary, horizontal boundary, external boundaries. So more details now for reading part. So this is vertical, this is horizontal. This is external boundary. There are three main types of boundaries: boundaryless organization, hollow structure, modular structure, and virtual structure, where the organization is made up of a collaboration of other organizations. This is virtual. The modular, where the some part of product production are outsourced, like outside. The hollow structure, when non-core activity are outsourced. Details in the type of structure. Modular structure, virtual structure. Example of a successful network like Amazon, boundaryless organization. This is the main example of boundaryless. There is no boundary for this organization. Outsourcing, business partnering, and shared services. Outsourcing, it can be typical following advantage and disadvantages of there for outsourcing. These are the disadvantages of outsourcing. It's a long debate. If we discuss, we need many hours. Business partnership is collaboration, like joint venture is in the development stage. Shared services, so they share each other their premises, their expertise, their like IT and accounting, but not recently organization. These are the advantages. That should be outcome of scale, the cost, efficiency, and that talent. Shared services can also help remove organizational boundaries. If you share services from outside in USA, other countries, so these are the disadvantages also there. Business process improvement, how this is a business process improvement happen. Importance of business process. This is Harman's process strategy matrix. Strategy importance process of horizontal axis and complexity dynamic is the vertical axis. This is the complexity, and this is strategic importance. How important if it is the complexity is high, complexity is a high, strategic importance is low, then it's outsourced. If complexity is high and strategic importance is high, undertake a process improvement to keep your own control in this one. This complexity is low, minimum, then strategic importance is low, minimum efforts, then automate it. If it is a complexity is low and strategic importance is high, so then it will be automate. Further explanation on Harman's matrix process. The role of process and change initiatives, new product design, negotiation, online purchasing, stock control, credit approval, delivery, international fund investment. Advantage, disadvantage of outsourcing an individual business process. Improving the process of organization. This is structure and processes. Structure, boundaryless, Hamas process redesign. If look at this boundaryless, all is Amazon example. Okay, let's move to chapter 19 for SBL, strategic business leader, e-business, how e-business work. Everyone know Shopify, e-commerce, and this activities for Amazon. So delivering e-business is their organizational approach, assess and advise the potential application information, discuss form of strategic perspective, assess and advise the advocacy of information, evaluate and recommend ways to promote cybersecurity, evaluate and if necessary. E-business strategic context, benefit and barriers, risk and controls. Business strategy information, IT strategy and context of the strategic analysis is there. MP3 sound compression, internet and fast broadband connection have forced companies like Sony and EMI to reassess their music retailing strategy. Technology is threat to these companies. Absolutely. IT and Porter 5 forces, how the Porter 5 forces apply to the IT company, threat of entry, de- defensivity, offensivity, intensity of companies rivalry. This is all are in the context of Porter 5 forces, threat of new entrants, bargaining power of customer. So it's in relation to the e-commerce, e-business. They are talking IT companies, bargaining power of suppliers, linked to strategic analysis, categories of e-business, business model, vertical net, business model, Amazon, eBay, Priceline.com, C2B, business model. Student, I'm sure you are clear with this concept B2B, business to business. So some products are selling to company, not company to customer. B2C stand for business to customer, selling over internet books in flight ticket. Customer to business, some internet sites display a selection of supplies. C2C, to customer, auction sites like Amazon and eBay. Buy side e-commerce focus on transaction. Stages of e-business, website, e-commerce, integrated e-service, e-business. Benefit of e-business, all are benefit if it is successful. If it's not successful, all are in gone in cost. Barriers to e-business, technofear, security concerns, setup costs, running costs, limited opportunity, exploit e-business, limited IT resources, customer not likely to be interested in e-business. E-business hardwares, computer, network, server, backup. Intranet and extranet. Intranet is our internal internet within the company and exists inside the organization only while using website and browser technology to display information Commonly, they obtain information about customer, product, competitor, news, updates, and all these things. Company internet link with each other's business area is also there. Design, manufacturing, communication, and inbound logistics. The disadvantages of internet and internet information technology risks are there, risks of the computer system, hacker versus accidental mistake, inadequate 4 hours, faults, hardware, technology change.